Peace, this is Daddy-O from the legendary hip-hop band Stetsasonic. I only touch greatness. You're going to be checking out the Conversations with Chad, because I only touch greatness right here.
Yeah.
Legend, by the way, I'm Ryan up here in Vancouver, Canada. It's nice to meet you.
What's up, Ryan?
How you doing? I'm joined with Chad Kaiser, and he's in Kentucky. He's the one that hooked us all up.
Oh, that's what's up.
What's going on, man?
I'm good, brother. How you doing?
I'm straight.
And we're also joined in Kansas City with Prince Allen.
Prince Allen, Royalty New Rules on TikTok and IG. Well, Royalty 816. So, it's an honor.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Perfect. Might as well just jump right into this. Born in New York, what was childhood like for you growing up?
I grew up in East New York, Brooklyn. So it's funny nowadays people, use the word street real light. I really grew up in the street. So, it was tough, it was tough, but it was also, it was a lot of love in the household. 3 forms of music in my household. My music, my brothers and sisters' music, and my parents' music. So, I was able to kind of hear a plethora of things when I was growing up. And music was an escape. Music definitely was an escape. So in the late 70s, when cats started bringing like equipment out in the park, it definitely was an escape from sticking people up. We got into the music. I mean, when we were younger, everybody was kind of doing a little bit of the like singing group kind of thing, like almost not all the way doo-wop, but just, kind of mimicking like Black Ivory and Blue Magic and the stylistics, like that kind of thing. Like when we were younger, like I'm talking about like 12, 13, you know what I mean? And then, teenage years, we got ruddy, start picking up guns and all that. And then like right at the tip of them teenage years was when pre-hip hop came. It wasn't even hip hop. It was just pre-hip hop because it was really disco in the streets. But it was a change. It was like, you know what I mean? It's a big difference between hearing music in your house and hearing music like with big speakers outside. You know what I mean? So that was just a change period if you wanted to be involved, check out girls or whatever. But then, us, a lot of me and my friends, we actually wanted to be involved with it, period. You know what I mean? Like, how are they making that? Like, can we get our own equipment? Like, what is DJing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, we started getting into it like that.
So at what age did you want to start taking it serious?
I would say probably in that 16, 17 area, not like record serious. Because I say this all the time, right? One of the things that people don't know is like, nobody rapping wanted to make records, yo. Nobody. Because the formula, if you listen to Run DMC's Here We Go, that was the formula. Now, if you say you hear my rhyme, we're gonna have to fight because I just made the motherfucker up last night. It was always about a new rhyme every night. So nobody wanted to make records because making a record meant the same rhyme played over and over. So I would say seriously in that and starting to rhyme, the record part came a little later. You know what I'm saying? Like that came early 20s, like that's when the whole, formulation of Stetsasonic came and all of that. And I'm like, oh, like we could actually make a group and start making some noise. You know what I mean? Like, and even that noise wasn't in the beginning. It wasn't career noise, right? Even on my second album, you can hear a record I got on my second album called Stet Troop. And you hear me say, some people call me Kareem at work. They call me Glenn. I was on tour last year. This year I'll do it again. Like literally, I was taking a leave of absence from work to go on tour and come back. So it wasn't in our head yet that we could totally get paid and do this as a career.
And who were some of your early influences that you wanted to be like?
So my biggest influence is Lil Rodney C from Funky 4 Plus One More. They made a record. Well, there was tapes in the street anyway, but they, you know, when they end up making records on Enjoy Records with Bobby Robinson, one of the rhymes that Rodney C has says he says another MC when he running down rhymes, but half the time he just running down mine. But that's okay because I know someday I'll put him in check and take his rep away. And I'm like, I want to do that. So Rodney C, definitely Melly Mel because of the command. Like the first time I ever saw Mel on stage, I never saw anybody command a crowd like that in my life. And I have been watching bands and all of that my whole life, but watching singers and watching rappers is two totally different things. So, you know what I'm saying? Watching singers grab command because they were like singing high notes or doing dope stuff with harmonies or maybe doing some steps on stage or whatever. But I had never seen anybody do what Mel did, where he just walks on the stage and say, everybody just put your hand in the air and wave. You know what I mean? Like I had never seen that kind of control. So Mel, definitely Kool Moe Dee early days, probably way before you guys knew Moe Dee. Not the how you like me now, Moe Dee. That's not the Moe Dee I'm talking about. I'm talking about the Treacherous 3 Moe Dee, because lyrically he was unmatched. And, you know, although people, you know, have that whole thing in their head about what happened when the records came about and him and LL went into that, the Treacherous 3 Kool Moe Dee was unmatched lyrically. It was only one guy that could touch him back then. It was a cat named Silver Fox. And Fox was dope, but Fox was the only one. And then later on, he had another kind of equal, I don't know if you want to call it equal, but kind of competitor with DLB from the Fearless 4. Because DLB had it, but a lot of guys didn't have that kind of lyrical prowess. We were all party rappers. You know what I mean? And so, you know, the reason that guys like Moe Dee was an influence because they wasn't necessarily party rappers. They was actually making words do acrobatic stuff that we wasn't, because we would just clap your hands, stomp your feet, boogie on down to the Sure Shot beat. And he was way beyond that.